Welcome to Cool Couch Cinema. This is Champ Champenstein.
Christopher McLucas.
Yeah, and I am Heather Hatfield.
And we're just, been talking about Dark. We just entered season 3, watched episodes 1 and 2. This is actually a week later we're doing this.
Doing a little time travel ourselves.
Yeah, so fast forward. This is the future. The other part will be the past. It'll be upside down. So Heather, you can go ahead and take it away. Since we already did questions, we have nothing else to do except for make you talk.
Okay, so I am going to keep it short because I want to get to it as soon as possible because I'm very excited to watch it because I didn't realize that grown Jonas was a babe in Victoria and Elizabeth and clothes. So we're going to just get to it. So episode 1, season 3, we are introduced to a new... What are you doing, my dude?
I love it.
We are introduced to a new world, a different dimension. Within this world, there is no Jonas. He was never born. And everything else seems to be kind of just backwards in a really weird way. Katarina and Ulrich are divorced. Ulrich is married to Hannah, who is pregnant, and he's also having an affair with Charlotte. Peter, the father, is, instead of being a psychiatrist, he is a priest. Franziska is the one who is deaf and not Elizabeth. Helge is missing an eye instead of his ear getting all fucked up. And then the Detective Wooler, who had the eye fucked up, is now missing an arm. I had to point that out because I just thought that was something that wasn't necessary, but they did it anyway. And let's see, what else was there? Regina's already dead in this world. Martha is dating Killian, who is Eric Obendorf's older brother?
That's what it seems like.
Older brother, yeah, okay. Eric is still missing in this world. Bartosz looks like a theater teacher. Magnus is goth.
Dark Magnus, dude.
Dark Magnus.
And straight edge.
And straight edge, yes. Mikkel did not ever go missing because in that storyline he didn't need to because Jonas doesn't exist. Jonas is transported there by Martha, who is like, this is a new world for you, and blah, blah, blah. And he just kind of starts following her around, doesn't really know what to do because he doesn't know where he is. Just covered in blood, going to school, it's not a big deal.
And he's not even following her. He's following a different version of her. He's following, the version of her that doesn't know him yet.
Right.
So he's being a straight stalker.
He's just, and I get it also because it's just it's the only thing that he recognizes.
Please help me.
Yeah.
You guys don't understand. It's a hard time to be a man right now.
But he runs into or meets the adult Martha, who says that she is Eve in the story of Adam and Eve. So where there's a future Jonas who is Adam, there's a future Eve who is Martha, and they're from different worlds. And she explains that they're always going to be connected because that's the way the story is written. Blah, blah, blah. And that's all just in the other world. In the current world, a couple months, I believe, after the apocalypse had taken place in 2020. It wasn't 2020, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it would have been 6 months out. Yeah, okay. Claudia, who would have been the 86 version of Claudia, the shoulder pads Claudia. She is taking care of Regina and the little
shoulder pads.
And also, it was 86, she's like a sports player. I got an 86 Claudia on the bench, dude. Fuck with me.
That's our Claudia.
Yeah,
So she is taking care of Regina. Tronte, old man Tronte, comes in and is just like, yo, what's up? Here's a pillow. Smothers.
Yo, here's a pillow. Good night.
Yeah, he goes.
I put it on the wrong side.
Yep. So then she ends up dying. But adult Jonas had taken Magnus, Franziska, and Bartosz right before the apocalypse. He had transported them, and they end up going to 1888, where they are currently working to get this time machine to create the God particle in the way that they need so that they can transport back, because they're just stuck there with Tannhouse's grandfather. Or great-grandfather?
Great-grandfather?
Yeah, one of the grands.
Maybe great-great-grandfather?
Yeah. So they are working on that so they can travel back to where they need to go. Meanwhile, Marta, Otherworld Marta with the bangs, she is traveling around doing all sorts of bullshit for Adam. Everyone's working for everyone else, and it's like everyone speaks in riddles, there's no clear answers, but there is a new character introduced, and he likes himself so much that he traveled and grabbed all 3 versions of himself, kid, current, and future, and they go around killing people. I don't remember what he says his name.
He doesn't have a name. I have
okay.
labeled him in my head since it's Adam and Eve, like
right.
Cain, Abel, and Seth, just to kind of like keep it in perspective.
I hate that, because I just tried smushing them all together in my mind to create 3 names. That was one, and I got Kenneth.
His name is ours.
Yeah.
Kenneth. It's like Kenneth.
No.
It's Kenneth, excuse you.
Oh, sorry.
I will murder you. I came through time. My name is Kenneth.
Here's me, all 3 of me.
Is that how is that names in the future? No. Like, alright, just kill me. Like.
Straight up kill me. So he is also traveling through time, and he is killing people who... It's not really explained exactly why he's killing them, but they're all connected, I assume, in some way to his goal. Yes. Okay, so then after the apocalypse, there are still a couple people who are missing. Hannah had traveled back to 53?
Yeah.
The 50s.
Or 50s.
Yeah. To pretty much fuck with Ulrich, and she ends up getting stuck there because she's an idiot. So she's like, you know what, I'm just going to start banging Egon, and she does.
She doesn't get stuck there. She decides to stay there.
Oh, she just decides? See, I couldn't figure out if it was
worse.
like... Yeah, she just saw Egon's fucking helmet head and was like, let's just bang.
Hey, you're tall like the last one. It'll be an easy transition.
And a cop.
Yeah. Easy transition.
You got a wild haircut. Let's fucking do it.
Might I call you Ulrich? Like...
So, but in the 50s, she is not going by the name Hannah. She decided to use Katarina's name. So that's who everyone thinks she is. She ends up getting pregnant with Egon. She's like, you know what? I need money to like get rid of it. She doesn't actually say that. Egon's like, here's $10. Like you could probably get an abortion. And while she is there, she meets a younger girl who is in the future Katarina's mother. Gives her the necklace of the Saint Christopher. Mm-hmm. Tells her name is Katarina, which clearly just like inspires something in her. Anyway, that's what Hannah's doing. She's in past fucking shit up. And then Katarina also travels back, but she goes back to the 80s. And while she's in the 80s, she is still trying to find her kids, and she she's been making herself like a constant visitor at the police station, just like a crazy woman, pretty much. Just like, where are my kids? But I won't tell you my name. So she discovers that Ulrich is still in the mental institution that he had been in since the 50s after being falsely accused of killing these kids, because he was also running around looking for his kids and just being wild. Again, covered in blood. That seems to be like a theme for these men in this show. Like, they don't even think about it. Anyway, she goes to visit him. He's an older man, and she's like, I'll get you out of here. Also runs into her mother. Mm-hmm. And it's a thing. I'm trying to remember like everything that has happened.
Well, I mean, I think that's about episodes 1 and 2.
Yeah. It's 3 and 4 that I was having trouble with because I didn't have time. Like, I'm trying to remember all the specific...
Yeah, I was going to do that completely separate from this.
Okay. So that was 1 and 2. As far as I can remember, I feel like there is something I'm missing from them.
I think like little B-plot stuff. Or maybe it is in the next episode, because I can't remember what Peter was doing.
Okay, I remember some of it. Yeah. That's fine. I remember.
And three and
four, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So yeah, we're gonna go do that next episode, and there's questions we already did last week. So enjoy us from the past.
Ooh.
Now, future Heather has to put my hood on.
Christopher, any jokes or comments or questions?
It hit me the other night, lying in bed, that your previous question from last week about like, what do you think like the change is? And I think the change of it is Martha showing up, because I was like thinking about it lying in bed. Bearded Jonas doesn't remember, or Big Jonas, excuse me, doesn't remember being picked up by her at all. He's like, I don't. When she's like, oh, we took you to another dimension. He's like, I don't remember that. So I think that might be like the diversion of like the cycle.
But what caused it?
That's
what I like. That's what I want to know. It's like what caused this thing that was supposed to be something that has happened like over and over again to like split into something new.
Yeah, I think it's like what Martha says is like it just like what happens like ripples out and affects them. So yeah, I don't know like the core, but that's when it was hitting me. I was like, oh, because I was trying to replay that scene in my mind without Martha showing up, because I think it would still be the same. He would still go to like Magnus and everybody and be like, I need you guys to be we're gonna go, I'm gonna take you back in time, you're gonna be my time homies. We're gonna invent time machines in the 1900s.
The time homies.
Yeah, you're gonna be my time homies, let's go. Yeah, like, who can say no to that?
I wouldn't even take that to convince me. It's just like the time homies. Like, yo, let me get my fucking 1880s gear on and let's go.
But then I guess that raises the Mega.
It's fine.
Well, he's making a noise.
Oh, okay. He's allowed to participate.
I mean, I know he is literally a co-star in this whole thing.
Yeah.
But that raises the question, you know, in the divergence and like with our big Jonas,
Yeah.
Jonas, like where, like what would he have done if Marta hadn't shown up? Like where does that diverge? Like what does he do if she doesn't show up? Because he, as an adult, big Jonas has already gone to the kids and they're going back in time. Mm-hmm. So what does like this Jonas do then? Like if Marta doesn't come back, like how does he become this
wrinkly Jonas,
bearded this bearded Jonas, big Jonas doing these things?
Yeah, you
understand, like, because you brought up the point where he's just like he never experienced it. That's the divergence, but like then what happened to him?
Yeah,
that's the bigger question there.
Yeah, like maybe it was like I don't know, maybe grief, and he just like kind of time tricked, just like creeped on Martha for years. I don't know.
But the world ended, so it's like the world ended. She's dead. Where does he go?
I guess back in time.
But yeah, that is, I don't know, because Big Jonas never says anything about it. Like what happens after this event. It's just him trying to stop it the entire time. He never says what he does after that.
And clearly he gets, this is just me guessing, he gets all like burnt up going through the dark matter sphere without a suit. Because when he goes through to go like shoot Martha, he's like in a suit. So I was just like, oh, I'm pretty sure that was like a rough lesson to learn. You're like, oh, I gotta wear some clothes.
No one's there, and he's just in this dark, dank cave, like burned up. Like, oh my god.
Oh,
this was a bad idea.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I tried to fuck the circle.
Yeah, it fucked me back.
Yeah, the circle fucked me.
Yeah. Anything else? Any other?
I think that was a big one, mostly, and also I'm scared, but also interested to see. Like, are we following this new timeline of like the no Jonas timeline? Like Jonas never bored some like weirdo dudes in his place. I don't like. He stinks, and I don't like him. And or in dark Magnus and everything that's going on.
Yeah.
Like, are we gonna follow them and see how everything is like different? Because I kept thinking about them. It's like, oh, why is Peter a priest? So like Jonas not being born changes so many things. Like even far back in their own past, even before like when it even kicks off. And I just found that interesting. And it was just like, I just want to know, like, how does that play a part? Because we're going to find out.
I thought it was weird how they were in opposite houses.
Yeah.
You know, like, I thought that was a really, really weird thing. Well, I guess in us living no, it still doesn't fucking make any sense to me. Like, I don't understand why they were, like, houses switched.
Inez, like, Jonas wouldn't exist, so Inez wouldn't have Michael. So why would she even, like, she has no reason to stay in Winden. Why wouldn't she sell her house?
Yeah,
or,
she
like,
probably, like, left or died.
Yeah.
Or,
But the
Yeah.
Nielsen family would still be in their house because that was the house.
No, it's Ulrich's house.
It's Ulrich's house.
Yeah,
Ulrich is still
Oh.
there.
Yeah, I was thinking about that too. It's like,
I
yeah,
forgot about that part. I was just like, that makes sense. Okay, I was just like, I don't understand how that works. Like, why? Because they're in this world. Why would they be in different houses?
Because I got a new wife.
He's like, yeah, I'm cheating on you. Sorry, get out. By the way, there's this house for sale.
It's
down
like a
the
little.
street or whatever.
Yeah,
There's room for you and the kids, I guess.
The children don't know about his infidelity, correct? I was thinking about that the other night.
They have to know.
I mean,
he was not very good at hiding it.
Well, true, but like, I don't think. There's a lot of things have been going on.
At least in this, like, other world. They
Yeah,
know,
in the Prime world, I guess. Prime world, I don't think she never sat him down. Katarina was never like, your dad is a philandering.
Yeah,
No, he ran off.
And I think, and she only found out, like, later on,
Yeah.
like, in our story, too. So it's like, I mean, she found out, like, right before he disappeared.
Yeah.
And then he disappeared. We're going to be like, okay, so your dad is a deadbeat who has sex with
He had
other
a job.
people. And, by the way, he's just gone now. But, like, P.S., he's in the 1920s, 50s, whatever.
He's in this time period.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I was just thinking about Ulrich. Like, will he, like, I don't know if Ulrich gets a redemption or deserves one kind of thing. I'm interested to see that as well. Like,
I feel like at this point he does. Like, I like him and I don't, but I also just feel like, okay, like, he paid for, like, what he did.
I would hope.
Yeah.
Good God.
Yeah, like, no, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like, after all that time, like, I feel like if
No, baby.
anyone was going to get a redemption, like, I feel like it would be him because aside from the marital bullshit that he purposely did, like, every other thing else that he did, he was doing with good intentions. Like, just trying to find his kid.
Yeah.
And shit like that.
And
like,
even with Hegel? What's his name?
Hell yeah.
Helge. Even, like, with Helge, it's like, there's a better ways to do it. Like, take him on a trip. Do something else.
Yeah.
Don't bash his head in with a rock,
Yeah.
dude. Like, other ways, dude.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm not gonna lie, I just said all that completely forgetting that he bashed a kid's head in with a rock. So maybe,
But like, the...
again, it was, he thought that's what he had to do,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
doesn't make it right, but again, his good intentions were there because he thought that's where everything started.
Yeah, I mean, I guess time is, like, playing everybody in this actual,
Yeah.
like, game. It's just, like, Ulrich is just part of the
Right.
whole flow.
My question to both of you is, like, I like that new character, the guy's, like, hanging out with himself, as you said.
Yeah, the
He's
one who
his own
doesn't
best
have any
friend.
friends, so
Yeah.
he's just like, let's go time travel, find my other parts, let's fucking do it.
Wouldn't you do that? I would, like, hang out with your younger self, middle self, and older self, just be like, hey, Christopher, what do you think about right now? Just like, hey, I would do that, man.
I absolutely would not, because me
Yeah.
right now, I hate younger kid version of myself. I'd be annoyed that I have to hang out with a fucking kid. And then on the flip side, this is like my prime. I don't feel like I'm going to be cool in the future. Like, I feel like I'm going to be a terrible old woman who just, like, did I ever tell you that story about the time? And it's like, yeah, you told me that story, like, every night for the past 33 years. So no, I would just, if there was a way to make 3 different versions of this self, fuck yeah, I'd be down hanging out with myself.
Wait, like a 30-minute older one? Like
Yeah.
and an hour older one?
The 30-minute older one is always just like, wait a minute. There it is.
No, I would not.
No, absolutely not. That sounds like a terrible idea.
Yeah, not just because, like, I mean, there are a multitude of reasons why I would not. I barely want to be around myself right now. And then I would just, like, then also just, like, is all my trauma, like, is it my life the same with all these 3 people? Because, honestly, kid me would have just, I mean, I was pretty silent. I probably would have freely murdered people with, like, my older self and my middle
Easily
age self.
Oh,
convinced.
yeah. I was very
Like, I
quiet,
guess
too.
this is what we gotta do.
Put a
like,
knife in your hand. Here you go, little champ. Get your stabs on. Like,
Alright.
you're an adult.
Yeah, you're telling me what to do. Like, I guess that's probably right.
I think I would be stoked for the fact of, like, seeing my younger self because, like, I wore khakis and white button-up shirts.
They all wear the same clothes, though. Like,
Yeah.
are you all wearing khakis and
No,
button-up
I'm
shirts?
saying the transformation into this option.
Oh, yeah.
I would love to see how it happened because I don't remember how it happened. Like,
You're just, like,
I went from wearing
black.
khaki pants to white button-up shirts and to just like this for like 20 years now, and I don't know where that transformation took place. So I would want to be like, all right, I'll hang out with you for a little bit. I just need to see this thing happen. Like, I guess, and then we can go kill people because we have to all be wearing black.
Indeed.
What about you? Would you?
Oh, hell yeah. I'm a narcissist, dude. I be hanging out with myself all the time, dude. We like, let's go. We're gonna make cookies and cakes and talk and hang out and play pranks on people.
Murder
dude.
pranks.
Yeah, murder pranks. Oh, we'd be tabletopping dudes all day, dude. Have my little dude behind the dude, push him, start fucking him up, dude. Oh, my God. That'd be my name, dude, the tabletop bandit. How I'd kill people. The Jadel QV is the French word, into the call of the void. I had that the other day. I was at the grocery store.
Saved in my phone.
I was walking, and there's a cop in front of me, and, I saw his gun, and there's no one behind me, and I was like, dude, this would be the prime time to do this. Because, it's like, but I was like, it's a common thought. Like, don't go anywhere extra with that, Christopher. Everyone has it. It's fine. Boom.
We'll be done with it.
Yeah, just move on. It was a nice fantasy. I was like, oh, that'd be crazy.
See, as a woman, mine are always the exact opposite. Like, oh, dude, only people hear there's a man behind me with a gun. I'm gonna get fucking murdered.
Oh, yeah. That's it. I mean, I've just been excited to get into the new episodes because, mystery's getting there.
I say the mystery's afoot.
Yeah, I'm ready to get some answers and just try to figure out what's going on. And especially with, what was it, my boy Noah being taken out and the role of his sister and this whole family of time travelers. Like, what the hell's going on? And then, obviously we got to see when she gets incorporated in this mess, or has she always been like, what's going on with the Yorick's family? What's going on with these time traveling weirdos?
I'm excited to find out, like, Elizabeth and Peter and Noah, that whole situation, because I got bad vibes from young Noah. It's part of the reason I like him so much. I feel like he's gonna somehow kill Peter so that he can protect Elizabeth.
Oh, that's a good plan.
Yeah.
Just,
it's
not if not like on purpose and inadvertently. Like, I just know that Peter is going to die at some point, giving Noah the ability to fucking take care of this girl like he's supposed to do. I don't know how it happened. Crybaby's very sweet. He's like, he grew on me. Like, I really like him. I know that he's just a good person who just is confused about a lot in his life.
Yeah. Just having a hard time.
Yeah. But I do feel like he's just very genuine and does care. If I had him as a dad, I would be stoked because I would never question whether or not my dad loved me.
I understand that.
Yeah.
Okay, questions. Who is the man that's all of themselves? Like, who do you think that man is?
He's got to be from Marta's world. I think that's my best guess. I was trying to piece it together, thinking about it. Like, he has to be her, Noah, Adam. Like if these worlds are, have to have some kind of similarities, then that's who I think it is. This guy who's been probably goofed by this whole time thing, and that is her antagonist. That's my best guess.
Okay.
I have no idea. That I feel like that. Yes, that's what it is.
Ooh,
I'm going to agree with that. Yeah, because I have no idea. It's obviously someone from that other world. I just don't. But yeah, I have no idea who he could be because we were just introduced to her new world or to her version of the world, and there's things that are different in it. So I don't know.
All right. No, it's fair. It's fair. I guess that also leads why do you think he's killing the people he's killing or doing the things he's doing? Because it starts out, if him burning the church that they were in.
I think it was all people who wronged him in some way.
Mm-hmm. And I think, what was it, the house that he went to with the man that was in the wheelchair? I think that was, I just spaced on his name again.
That's Helge's dad. I can't. Bernard.
Yeah. But I was gonna say it was Helge's house because I remember the staircase because his mother walking down. It's like, oh, she's burned in my head.
Yeah.
She blows. And I was like, oh, okay, that's okay. So that ties in the power plant. So it's like, okay, yeah, there's like the connections are either people who wronged him or people who are entwined in this time travel romp.
Was Mads found in that other world?
We don't know.
So yeah.
Oh yeah, no, he was. You know, he was. They found him in the bunker. In the bunker, the portal opens up.
Okay,
and
that's
drops
right.
down.
I was like, I feel like I remember that happening, but I
Yeah,
was
because
like,
the kids still find him.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, because it's flip flop. They don't go in the cave. They go in the bunker,
Right.
which is like a man made cave. Which is like, I get it.
Okay. Yes, that makes sense then, because I was like, what if it's Mads? I played myself just then.
Yeah, you said that. Sorry, I'm trying to think of something because I did have something just now. I don't know if you enjoyed it at all, but I really loved the first episode and like the introduction of Marta and how it really like duplicated the first episode of Dark. Like, so she was like, you're literally watching her be Jonas, like not just the coat, but also like the shot of her riding her bike down the street and then like
like shooting up out of the bed, and sitting
yeah,
there with,
like
the
just so
nightmare or
much of
whatever.
that. Like, did you all enjoy that? Like, what do you? I guess, and also like, what do you think about this like other world?
I don't know. I don't really have. I'm like excited about it because, you know, we had known that there was a world where Jonas didn't exist, and so I was curious to see like how everyone existed in that world where he didn't. And so far, it's like, I mean, obviously some of the characters are the same, but some of them are very different. But I do like the twist on it.
I just feel like because that sort of thing can come off really cheesy. So yeah,
No,
it's like,
I liked it. I liked it a lot. Because I thought it gave a good indication, you know, like, this is the other world. It's the same, but it's different.
yeah.
And that's what I liked about it.
I'm still unsure about it because it's very weird. Like I think like time travel stories, they don't have to fit that rule of like a story starting in medias res. Like the story's kind of like always happening, and then when we flip it to this story, it's like, and then also in this like weird ways, it's saying that like, oh, like, I don't think this is misandric, but like, oh, does a man not have to be in her way in order for her to be like the hero of this story? But I think we're both going to learn that they're both heroes in their own right. But without Joan, like, so is like, are we going to figure out that they both have to do something? Because I don't want to see that like, oh, like like even at the end of the day, Jonas is still going to save it. I think both these characters will have to do something. But like this difference of like, oh, the only reason that Marta is a hero in this world is because Jonas doesn't exist, and in the world that he does exist, she's put in a refrigerator. You know, they just like shoot her to give him motivation to like make time travel and do stuff like that. So it's like weird that they like it has to be like an alternate dimension for this woman to be like a hero. So I'm like waiting for it to be like to chill that part of me down to where I'm just like, come on, Dark, you're better than this. but I do like that aspect, especially because like I said, I'm all like, how's everyone's changed? Because it's like, what happened to Magnus? like maybe it's the divorce that was just like, I mean, I'm a diamond hair black, got a hot deaf girlfriend. It's like, I'm not, don't change. Do you, man? It's going well, Magnus. Don't change it up. But it's like, man, you that's a big switch.
Yeah, no, I think that character, I laughed because like, I don't know if you guys remember, I remembered what was happening, and I remembered that he had black hair in that season, which made me laugh because I was just like, oh, that's just such a weird choice.
Yeah, it was.
He doesn't get scared. He doesn't get scared about boobs. He sees boobs and he's like, "Hey,
I'm gonna take care of these."
I saw your boobs. What are we gonna do? Yeah, but yeah, like I said, and like was like Peter's like a well, he wouldn't be a priest because he's married to Charlotte. I think he's like
probably a pastor.
Like a pastor or reverend. I can't remember how the nomenclatures work. Minister.
I'll say I don't know.
It depends on what church you're in.
Yeah, and I was going to say I think like Presbyterians and Protestants they can marry, but I'll have to look that up.
Yeah.
Because I know Catholics can't. Catholic priests can't. Yeah. But yeah, and then like Katarina just kind of like just being like all right, cool. Ulrich sucks. Just got to take care of my kids. And
I with how aggressive she is at times and like dramatic with her entrances, she grew on me. Like, I really like her.
Me too.
Especially like, and I feel like in this season, especially because like she has no one. Like, no one. She time traveled and is, like, this crazy woman who won't say her name, like, just comes into the police station, like, every day, like, where's this kid? Where's, like, she's crazy. She's out of her mind.
Yeah, that happens being nice.
Yeah, and even after, like, all of that shit, she's still like, oh, Ulrich is here.
She's just trying to put her family together.
Yeah, and that's always what she had been trying to do. But I feel like, I don't know, in this season so far, and then, like, the last few episodes of the last season, she like allowed herself to be vulnerable, which you don't see throughout anything else, because she's, you know, she's like a tough fucking bitch. Like, she always has been. So, and I think that's, I don't know, it was nice to see that she does actually like have feelings and like, I don't know, I think she's a good person. She just, again, got put in a shitty situation.
Yeah, and she had a shitty family life growing up. Like, they're giving you those little glimpses of that, too. So.
And you see, like, Ulrich was kind of, like, the end of all things for her. Like, that's her life. And, I don't know, that sucks.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. I guess I'll make this the last question, because this was actually longer than I expected.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting to, like, just keep talking.
There's some tangents.
It's all good. It's all good. We do what we do here. So this is the last season. There's only 8 episodes, so we have 6 episodes left. Like, do you think it can wrap itself up, I guess, is, like, you just got introduced to a whole new, like, level of worlds. Like, do you think it can wrap itself up in, like, a satisfying way, I guess, is what I'm asking you. Or a way where you think it will make sense.
Okay, so I have this theory about the show. I don't think it's going to completely, because I don't think it can. Because what I think...
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
This is something else.
The show is literally just, you know, Marta and Jonas, and how they can't, in no matter what world, one can't exist without the other, and everything is, like, keeping them apart. So I think what we're seeing is just, like, one section of, like, this part of their world, and I think there's, like, different versions of them in different worlds and shit, and, like, it just keeps happening to them. Like, they just never end up together. It's kind of like The Fountain, that movie, where, like, you know, that's what it seems like to me, because they're, like, the main focus of the show at this point. It seems like these two people are supposed to be together for good or whatever, but no matter what happens, like, they're never together.
I think they will. I think the thing I focus on the most is the detective they brought in, and that guy, and he got that letter about his, like, oh, your brother, blah blah blah, and he has nothing to do with any of, like, the crazy time stuff at all.
Yeah.
I mean, until later. That's what I'm saying. Like, in order to, like, tie that guy off, that storyline off, like, that would be it for me, because, like, honestly, I'm like, oh, cool.
Is the killer his brother?
Who killer?
The serial killer with the 3 different versions of himself.
Oh, that's a good theory.
Because you never see...
Once again,
I was just like, why did he even go to that town?
Yeah, because I'm saying, like, because he gets the letter, he's trying to find him.
Right.
But I mean, like you're saying,
but
like,
we never hear anything about his
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and ruin this for you both. Alexander killed his brother crossing the border, so he had somebody's, like, they do explain this, I'm pretty sure, later on, but Alexander, who we know as Alexander, kills his brother, like, during some sort of, like, trying to get across the border, because this is during the
Berlin
Wall.
Okay.
So, like,
that is
the whole whole thing that's happening there.
Oh, wait. So the detective is looking for Alex's brother, not his own brother.
No, he's looking for his own brother, but Alex killed him.
Oh, because
we don't know his actual identity.
Oh, okay, right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was like, okay, then my answer to your question would be, they better be able to.
Because that was, like, the tying off of that character was, like, in that second season was him, like, finding Alexander, finding out that, like, he thought that Alexander killed his brother, and going into the digging that hole was, I think, yes, to find, like, try to see if he could find evidence against him.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, and then...
Well, dang. I was, like, real excited about that one. I was like, that's the brother.
Yeah, no, I just didn't want you guys to keep going that way, because that's just, like, a theory just wasn't going to go anywhere, and I don't think it would have been fun.
Because that's the thing. It's like, it's got to go somewhere, especially because, like, then... Like, why... I guess the only reason to bring him in is to get them in that room, then. And I mean, and that's a really... I mean, in the cosmic dance, that's a pretty small part to play, but at least, you know, like, damn, just... I guess use me up, man.
Yeah, okay. I mean, that's like, there are so many characters. It's like the kids who literally are just
get their brains melted.
Yeah, getting murdered to test time machines for whatever reason, just to try to get around faster, I guess. But, like, yeah, no, I think that's something.
Just hooking kids up to car batteries. Yeah. Let's go! Like.
They're all the butterflies that Ashton Kutcher steps on.
Anybody? Anything else? Anything?
Yes, I would just be interested to see how they do wrap it up, because, like I said,
it's ballsy.
It's ballsy, yeah.
To add this much in the last season when there's only 8 episodes. Yeah. It's like Game of Thrones, kind of like ballsy, but hopefully this will be.
And I guess, but spoiler alert to another series, Paper Girls. Paper Girls only like gets away with a lot of stuff because of the memory wipes they use, to where you can kind of be like, oh, well then, blah 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 blah. But I don't think Dark gets to use memory wipes, and out of a lot of like time travel stories, I think this has been the most, like, I think the most comparable one would be like Primer, to where like you can kind of get like, I think it like overburdens you with so much information with Primer to where you just like, but in here, and I've seen like on the subreddit and other places where you can like, people are like are able to track this and tell you like chronologically this story. So I'm like, okay, so I'm interested to see like how you gonna do it, because this is tricky. This is like working with Mercury, you know?
Yeah. All right, Heather.
You got anything to say, Megatron?
All right, so that's
just excited to see how they tie it up, if they do.
All right, we're gonna watch episodes 4 and 5. Like and
3 and 4.
3 and 4, 4 and 5, whatever.
3 and 4.
I was like, damn, we're already that far.
No, you know, I never know. I just start the episodes. It's always fun. You know, like and subscribe, all of that risky business.
Get some merch. You guys got shirts.
Yeah, we got shirts.
You got shirts.
Out there. Okay, love you. Goodbye.
Bye.